when it comes to designing with Midjourney, or any AI for that matter, there's so many different styles that you can use and incorporate into your designs, whether you're creating clip art or stickers or even t-shirt designs. There's a bunch of styles that you can use to make lots of different designs. Now, what I'm going to do in this video is go through a bunch of these styles and mediums so that you can create better designs as well. Now, I am going to be using my own Clipart prompt generator to show you this because I have it already loaded up, but I am also going to show you how you can use all these styles or find all of these styles just in the free version of ChatGPT as well. Now, like I said, this is my Clipart prompt generator, and it looks like this. This works for Midjourney and also Ideogram. Now, this is part of my Ideo Mastery course where there's 3 prompt generators. There's one for t-shirts, stickers, and now my Clipart prompt generator. Now, if you want to check this out, there will also be a link down in the description. Now, with this prompt generator, all you have to do is input what you want. I put 6 individual, vibrant, farmhouse themed, hand-drawn Highland cows, and I had this prompt just here. Now, what this also does is breaks it down. So it tells you the medium and style, the content and subjects, the scene, additional descriptive elements, and also the background. Now, what I was doing was just playing around because I wanted to see what other styles and mediums I could play around with the prompt which it generated. Now again, I am also going to show you how you can take a prompt, go over to the normal ChatGPT, and then get a bunch of mediums and styles as well. But after I did that, I got that prompt and I put what type of medium/styles are popular with Clipart. Now we're just going to run past this because again, I was just doing this for me playing around, but I thought that I'd decide to make a video all about it. So we're just going to go past this one. I then put, can you give me a list of style for cottagecore and boho? So I got some just there as well. But if we come here, I put, give me a full list of mediums and styles that are perfect for Clipart. And then I got quite a few. So everything which I'm about to share with you, you can just incorporate into your own prompts to make better designs. So I got traditional hand-drawn and painting mediums. So watercolour, obviously that's very popular. It's always going to be popular as well because it's a nice style. Now what you can do is combine watercolour with other styles as well. But then there's pencil sketch, ink and pen, acrylic, oil pastel, charcoal. I can't say this word so I won't even bother. And then we had this as well. But then there's digital art styles with flat design. Now flat designs work perfect if you want to turn your clip art or anything into SVGs. Now flat design just means there's no gradient, which again makes it easier to turn into vector art. But then there's semi-realistic. Pixel art is a really nice one as well. But then I started getting some whimsical and storybook inspired styles with fairy tale aesthetic, vintage illustration, children's book style as well, then minimalist and line-based styles with 3 here as well, textural and pattern styles with chalkboard art, embroidery inspired art. Now I actually turned this into one of my prompts as well, or adjusted one of my prompts for this, and the designs looked pretty cool. In fact, I believe it was this design just here. Now we are also going to take a look at the designs further in the video. But then there's printmaking and collage styles. So stamp art, collage style, etching and engraving, I reckon that would work really well. Then retro and nostalgic styles as well, with mid-century modern, art deco, vintage advertising as well, and as we can see there's just lots of different styles plus mediums that we can create our graphics all around. So that's abstract and experimental styles, seasonal and theme specific styles, versatile clip art friendly styles, so silhouettes, isometric art, monochrome. Now after I got this list I thought, I wonder if there's any more. So are there any more? Then we had all these as well, traditional art folk styles, so folk art, I'm not too sure how to pronounce that. Is that naive art? But nonetheless, I actually created with this as well. If we quickly come over to here, it was this one, as we can see. There's the style, and this is what it created. And as we can see, it's really nice design style. Now, if we come back, there's tapestry, paper cut art, then experimental, digital, and mixed media styles. So glitch art, this is one I want to test out and play around with because I didn't actually use that. Gradient mesh art, photo mixed illustrations, and 3D illustration as well. Then there's cultural and global styles with Asian inspired brushwork. Now this one actually turned out really good as well. I really like this style. As we can see, it does look good, and there's the style just here. Now let's go back, because there's still quite a few more. Whimsical and fantasy styles with magic themed illustrations, fairy garden style, and steampunk aesthetic. Now steampunk is very popular as well. But then there's typography as well, which you can play around with, texture and material inspired styles, with metallic finish art, water stain art, and fabric textures as well. Then seasonal or festive styles, modern and minimalistic innovations, utility and customizable styles, highly niche or unique styles with tattoo inspired, fantasy map, scientific illustrations, and Zentangle art as well. Then the last few were dynamic and playful styles. Now, the good thing about my prompt generator is we can get all these styles. Yes, you can do that in ChatGPT, and I'll show you in just a second. But once we have all of these styles, it's as simple as put in, can you give me a new prompt for my cows, and using the naive art. And that's what I got just here. So this is my original prompt, but as we can see, with that new style. And I went ahead and I did that for Asian inspired brushwork. I did it for Mexican Otami art. This one turned out really nice as well. Then magic themed illustration, metallic finish art, muted pastel palette, and a few others. Now we're going to take a look at the designs in a second as well. But once I did all that, let's come back down to here. I then started playing around with colour palettes as well. So I really like this prompt. So this is one of mine where I really liked the designs. But I put, what would be some better colour combinations? And now I got great colour combinations which will go well with this prompt. And then once I've done that, all I have to simply put is let's edit the prompt and add, and then that's the colour combination. I also want to add watercolour, so you can even play around with styles even more, and then adding them into your prompt as well, combining them together. But I also want to add watercolour to the style, but still keep the original style as well. And then that's where I started getting all these different colour combinations as well. Now let's come over to here for a second, because let me show you how you can do this on a free account and get all the different types of mediums and styles. Now, the best way to do this is probably start with a prompt. So what you can do is come over to my ideogram just here. That was the wrong tab. But if you come over to here, you can simply just take one of these prompts. These are on my public profile, and I'll link that down in the description as well. But let's just go ahead and take one of these. Let's go with this window. We're going to copy the prompt just here. Then we're going to come back over to ChatGPT, and we're going to write, here's one of my prompts that I really like. Then we're going to put the prompt in just like that, and then we're going to put, can you give me a list of mediums/styles that would work well with this prompt? Now we're doing this first just because it makes it a little bit easier, and if you have a prompt which you want to play around with, you can do it this way. It's then going to give us a bunch of mediums, so watercolour, I can't say that word so I won't even try, coloured pencil art, and many, many more. Then with a bunch of styles as well. So these are all mediums and styles that we can create our art around. Again, whether that's Clipart, t-shirts, stickers, or anything for that matter. Now, this isn't going to be a long list, so you then want to put, can you give me a full list of mediums and styles? Then when we click enter, we should get even more. So here we go. There's mediums, there's styles. Let's just put I want more, just like that, and then we're going to get even more. So what you can do is use one of these or use two. You can combine them together to create some really unique art. So give that a go if you do have ChatGPT. Now let's come back over to here for a second, because I quickly want to go through these as well so you can see what style created which type of art. So this one is that naive art style. Again, these looked really good, but then so did this with that Asian inspired brushwork. If we take a look at these technically look hand drawn. I'd never guessed that this was AI, especially once this has been cleaned up. But then we have this Mexican Otomi art style. So I've never actually heard of that, but these look really good as well, and they're something different. Now there is little bits off on this, so you might want to refine them and make them better if you decide to use that style. But then this turned out absolutely amazing. This is magic themed illustration style. And look at these just look really good. Then these ones, these were one of my favourite, with a metallic finish art style. So if we take a look at these kind of pop off the screen, and again, just look like something different. They just look really good. Then right here, we have muted pastel palette style. Now I really liked the style of these as well, so you could create a whole bunch of these and sell them as a bundle. Then this one, so this was cottagecore and boho style. These turned out really nice as well. Then this one was fairy tale aesthetic, but this one looked really nice as well. Then there's the embroidery. So this is actually one of my favourites, and again, it's something different. But as we can see, they turned out really nice. Then this one was pixel art. Pixel art always looks good anyway. And then there's watercolour whimsical style. So these turned out really nice as well, as we can see. And then this one, a hand-drawn fairy tale aesthetic illustration. So this is kind of combining art styles and mediums together as well. And these turned out really nice. Then we have the same prompt, but I was playing around with those different colour combinations. And this is what these turned out like. I really like this bottom left hand corner as well. So if you want to check out my Ideo Mastery course with my prompt generator, then there's going to be a link down in the description. And if you don't want to check it out, just try this, come over to ChatGPT, feed it that little bit of information first, and then you're going to get all of these mediums and styles that you can play around with, combine together, and create some really nice graphics. Now, with that being said, if you found this video helpful at all, then please consider giving me a like, as it really helps out the channel. And if you're not too sure what to watch next, click right here and watch this playlist.